So we'll add this in here. So first topic news item: Guns N' Roses announces their 2023 World Tour. If you're a NASCAR fan, you already knew about this. So,
It's a true story. True story.
good on you. Didn't know the dates, I guess, but
No, not at all. Yeah, until days later, apparently that's when it got updated because we both tried to go look at the site and it was still down and crashed at that point, which I don't know, good for Guns, I guess, right?
Yeah, had a lot of traffic. So they announced this during Daytona, the Daytona 500. They had a Live Nation was sponsoring Eric Jones, which is really weird. But they said there was actually a Guns car, which is pretty cool. That'd be a cool die cast to get. And
Cool.
they announced that they were doing this tour. They hadn't announced the dates, and they dropped the dates. So here's all the dates. Pretty big tour. We're in the Middle East doing Israel. That's pretty cool. I don't. Is that maybe their first time there? I don't know. Going all over Europe, Canada, running through the States. We got a date here.
Hell yeah.
October 11th, Phoenix AZ at Chase Field. That's where the Arizona Diamondbacks play, so Major League Baseball. So that gives you an idea of the size of the venue.
Oh, yeah.
These tickets went on pre-sale.
Ooh.
I didn't even know that. Did you take a look?
No, I didn't. So I saw the night train packages were there, but I didn't see anything like listed. So like, I'm not a night train member, so I couldn't see anything. So I'm curious to know what that was.
See, not everything is available yet. And it was night train pre-sale. They're doing a Live Nation pre-sale tomorrow, but I was able to get in and see some pricing.
Okay.
It's not as bad as you would think, but it's really hard to tell. The reason it's really hard to tell is that most of the tickets that were on sale right now are the platinum resale tickets.
The best. Yeah, yeah.
So the ones that vary with the market. So it's really hard to tell where it is. So, I was seeing some seats here, similar places where we've sat at ball games for 150 a seat, which isn't terrible. Yeah. Everything on the floor was all like 300 plus.
Okay.
The pit section.
Is there a pit? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there is a pit. And they had they only had VIP stuff on sale right now.
Oh, okay.
Those started at 600, and then the other VIP was like 1,500 or something. So I don't even know what they're going to be, but I was just basing it off like actual seats, and we could get like for example behind home field dugout. I was seeing seats in there from like 150 range.
Okay,
but go ahead.
So my question. So they're setting up. Okay, so we're getting really just with us. By the way, this applies to no one else here.
I'll just pull it up. I'll just pull it up.
Okay.
So go ahead and ask whatever you want it to. I'll pull it up.
So I assume they're putting the field towards the wall. Is that true? Like towards or the field, putting the stage facing home plate, with the back towards the black
screen.
eye. Yeah.
Yes.
The
batter's eye. Yeah. So here's everything that's on sale. So like I didn't have a code in here, so I was just like, okay, hit okay, and it let me in. So like, okay, some of these I can't buy. These prices have already changed, by the way. This shit was more expensive this morning. Okay. So, like, for example, you're in here. Let's take a look at these. So all of these are going to be platinum resale. Okay. Yeah, official platinum, 500 plus fees.
Okay.
So don't really know what those are actually going to be, if they're always just going to be platinum or if they will release actual prices. I hate this crap now. I really hate this. Here's the pit. Here's the VIP stuff. So, again, I don't know. Are you just doing this for the pit?
Click that Welcome to the Jungle package. I want to know what that means.
So, you get one general admission standing ticket in the pit. You get early entry, VIP bar access, go behind the scenes and ask a member of the crew what it takes to put on an elaborate production. which I don't want to talk to anybody in the crew. Pre-show Paradise City Lounge, including hors
d'oeuvres,
beer, wine, and soda. That's nice of them. Two drink tickets. That's great. Get two. A DJ, photo op in front of the VIP backdrop, VIP merch, pre-show tour merch shopping, so you can spend more money.
Parking spot.
One parking space in VIP concierge.
Okay.
So this is awful.
You get nothing. You just get nothing. You just get a different place to go for things.
Mm-hmm.
Like
those are 1,200, 1,100.
What's the
fees.
patience then? It's half the price. What's the patience then? It's just the
patience early packs. You get one pit ticket, early entry, and then you get VIP merchandise, official Guns N' Roses laminate, VIP commemorative concert ticket, dedicated check-in. So you get a little bit less, but nothing.
Why is that better than the jungle package? Like, that sounds cooler to me than the jungle package itself. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't think an extra $600 is making that jungle package worth it.
No,
I was looking at like seats like in here, and really, really not hateful.
Yeah,
142 plus fees.
Yeah.
Plus Night Train premium. What? That's new. You got to add them. Whatever.
You got to be a member.
I hate this shit. It's always so confusing. Just sell me the goddamn ticket for the price that it's going to be.
So those tickets on the back of the floor too. Those are still the super platinum packages or some shit, right? The ones.
Yes. Like all the shit on the floor is all the platinum stuff.
Okay.
These 162. Like we've sat here pretty much everywhere in this stadium.
Yeah.
For ball games, I've never seen a show there.
No.
So like, I don't even know how awful this would be.
Where
those
did your mom sit?
To me, that's not too bad. For Elton John, they were like back here.
Okay.
Pretty sure. So these ones are, what do we got? This site is awful. Like everything about this whole experience is so bad. Like I'm trying to scroll in.
No, it doesn't let you. I did this morning, brother. It's the worst. I also hate how it keeps all of the fucking tickets selected. 112. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Guns N' Roses, they're on a world tour. Very cool. Ticket prices are still insane. Tyler, I'm sure, has an additional story to go with that.
No, I'm a massive Springsteen fan. There you go, obviously. So Bruce announced his world tour, I guess world tour, and announced West Coast dates a week and a half ago, right? Mm-hmm. So I was stoked. Awesome. But I was feeling a little trepidatious because this tour is fucking the worst. Here's the thing. I love Bruce Springsteen more than goddamn most things in this life, right? And I actually believe in Bruce Springsteen, the man, too. Like, I just don't like the music. I believe in the man. I like what the man stands for. Everything I've ever known, everything I've ever heard, everything I've ever read, everything he's ever written, everything interview. There's very few times I've been like, fuck Bruce. Very, very few times, if any, in my entire life. Okay? So Bruce makes his money, his bread and butter, I should say, really, appealing to working class Americans. That's what a lot of his music is about, and struggles of working class Americans. And that's the way he built his empire and his entire career himself, but by appealing to those mass audiences, right? So for this tour, I should start here. So when I saw him in 2012, I paid 90 and 110, I think, with fees. And then I saw him in 16, it was 220 with fees included. So it's 100% more every time, last two times. And I got pit. I was on the rail for some of the show. I touched the guitar. Like, I was as close to Bruce Springsteen as I am to the laptop screen. So like, I'm right there, and I can, not that that's chump change, $110 and 220. That's good money. So like, but I can deal with that. That's okay. Like, I can figure out a way to pay $220 for a ticket for a once in a lifetime experience, possibly, whatever. Right? Cool. So, and I was on the, like I said, on the floor, And so on the rail. So anyway, so for this newest tour, when it got announced and went on sale for the East Coast states, the biggest shit show ever happened. So Bruce, evidently, and I guess a lot of obvious artists like this too, they don't like scalping, which makes complete and total sense. Get it? Because scalpers are the worst for a lot of shit, for sure. Absolutely. And, you know, Bruce's tickets have always been tough to get. So when a scalper historically has been able to get 10, 15, 20, 100, I don't know, whatever tickets, whatever, and they just, you know, rake the fans over the coals for them, they charge 5, 10 times whatever they were worth, right? And so that happened for years and years. And so, you know, that sucks. So anyway, this tour got announced, and it was quickly shown that they are all doing dynamic pricing through Ticketmaster and demand pricing and whatever the hell, all of them. And the thing that happens is, which is absolutely the worst, because I've personally, excuse me, for the Blink World Tour, that was my first experience ever when I was going to go buy tickets for Blink, and then they just kept going up and then we're gone. So like I opted in, kind of. I checked at one price, and by the time I ever even considered it in my head, it was gone. And they just kept on going up, right? So dynamic pricing, what that means, demand pricing, what that is that they start at a baseline like they always have, and then the computer algorithm or whatever, the computer like does the math there on how popular those particular tickets are and how in demand those tickets are by how many clicks they're getting, how many views they're getting, how long people are staying on the site, the page, whatever the case is. And they see there's 67,000, making a number, there's 5,000 people for the pit, but there's only 400 pit tickets. I think we could probably get, you know, if we're starting at 99, I think we could probably get 450. We can get $500, $600, whatever, right? So like you just, you know, slowly climb the ladder up there to get to the price. So with the Bruce tickets, when they started out, I don't know what they started out at. They probably started at $120, $200. I don't know. But for the pit tickets, which are the ones I want, and most of the other tickets around the stadium as well, or the arenas, they absolutely just fucked so many fans by allowing that to happen. Because what happened then is pit tickets, floor seats, or general admission, I guess, seating, and some seats, I think, too, other ones. But they all went for $1,000, $2,000, $4,000, $5,000. That's paid. That's paid money they went for. And especially East Coast, because obviously East Coast, Bruce is East Coast based. So, like, that's a stronghold. And Arizona actually is, too, which is pretty nutso. But, like, a stronghold of the base over there in New York, New Jersey, all the way up and down the coast, obviously, coastline there. All those tickets went for $5,000, $6,000. MSG, I think, was like $6,000 or $7,000 for a general admission spot to stand. Absolutely atrocious. So this morning, I was hoping that maybe they learned the lesson. They didn't, because so I also forgot a little bit of the story, is they actually asked Bruce about this, and an interviewer was like, hey, you know, what do you say about this getting criticized from your fans by, you know, and it was actually from the Backstreets. The Backstreets is a fan site that's existed for the last 40 years for Bruce. Rolling Stone used a question from Backstreets magazine, like how, you know, why did this happen? Why, you know, what's going on? You've been a man of the people for 50 years. Why are you doing this now? And then Bruce's response was basically, you're not going to make everybody happy. We generally look at what our other, you know, friends are doing out there, and then we usually like charge a little bit less, and that's what we've been doing forever. And he said, this to go around, we decided, because for years, the scalpers have been making that money between, you know, the consumer and the artist, and they've been taking all the money in between forever. So why don't we cut the middleman out? So that's what they did. And they're the scalpers now. They learned they can charge. Yeah, they learned they can charge stupid, insane, idiotic prices for these tickets, and certain folks will pay for them. And so that's what they're doing. So they did. Go on.
I would be more okay with it if they just made the ticket $1,000 and just said, okay, if people buy it, they buy it. It's the fact that it's dynamic pricing that pisses me off. because you never know what the hell the baseline is.
Not at all. Because here's the thing, and like I don't mean to throw it back to a yesteryear, even yesteryears that we don't even necessarily can't identify with, for the most part. Like when you were younger and when you were a teenager or whatever for your favorite band, you knew tickets for a show, especially like smaller venue-ish shows, whatever, like anything pre like real theaters, that if I want to go see X band, it's $45 for a ticket. I need to save $45. I need to make $45. I need to do something to get that $45 to save it up. So for normal people that don't have just oodles and, squillions of dollars hanging out, and I have a set money price. I have a price today. It was $300. That was as much as I wanted to pay for a ticket. And I got in line. They actually even did verified fan, which it should curb whatever scalpers out there, but obviously it doesn't curb all of them, but it curbs some of them. So with verified fan, I had to sign up for the opportunity to buy tickets. So like I said like what my date was, my venue, what all that stuff. I said what that my preferred venue and date was, and then they're gonna send me and put me in a drawing in a lottery to actually get an opportunity to purchase tickets. Not that I got tickets, that I could maybe buy tickets. So I got in line 15 minutes beforehand on the dot. And I was already 1,200 people in line. And at that point, I knew I'm fucked. I am fucked. So when I got in there and I saw, finally I was able to see it. And there were pit tickets available. I clicked in on it. It was $6.95 for a pit ticket. And I was not going to buy it, but I wanted to see because it was $6.95, and there was another thing for verified fan presale. There was something else you could enter into to like unlock the consumer price, or I don't know what it was, but I kept trying to input the password, and every time I input the password, it would kick me out 2 letters in because those tickets kept going away, and it kept going and going and going and going, and finally it let me input the password. All the tickets were gone. So when I was able to view it, it was $6.95 for the pit floor tickets for general admission. And then I started clicking around the arena, and I clicked on the back of the floor. So basically one of the last few rows of the floor there. And when I clicked it, it showed me for 2 tickets, it was $2,500. 22 plus fees. I'm rounding up. I'm sorry. So give me a fucking break. That's the back of the floor in a seat.
Yeah.
You're nowhere near Bruce.
So just for example, for people, he's playing where the Phoenix Suns play, our basketball team. So that gives you an idea of the size of the venues he's playing. So he's not playing stadium, but it's still a big venue. He's going to sell a lot of tickets here. So I'm looking right now, Tyler, the general admission, the pit tickets, standing room tickets
for resale right now.
Platinum is $850 plus fees right now.
Wow.
You can get tickets seating behind them. I find it funny here, and it's because it's an older audience. The seats are more expensive behind the pit. The seats right behind the pit are $11.50. And that's the only reason they're more expensive, just because it's an older crowd. You can literally sit. I don't know why you would want to do this, but they're selling tickets behind the stage. You can get those for $75 plus fees.
They were $40. It was $45 earlier today for directly behind the stage. Like obviously way up and behind the stage was $45 plus fees this morning.
Yeah, I'm seeing some for $75. I'm seeing some for $150.
Even those went up.
It's
hilarious.
Which is funny because they're calling them standard admission. They're not even platinum. There's shit going on here that we're never going to know about because they can literally just make it up because there's no fucking baseline. Nobody will ever know what the baseline is.
I mean, the baseline is what it's literally just whatever people are willing to pay. That's the baseline, but there's no set baseline. But they're just I guess they're throwing a dart out there like $725.
See, I would like to know that the $850 general admission standing room only pit ticket to see Bruce Springsteen. I would like to know that ticket was actually started at $400. That's the regular price. Now it's $850. That would sit a little bit better with me. It's still fucked up, but I think it's more fucked up when you're not telling people what you would originally sell these for. It's just up. It's the demand's high, and the way they sell it on Ticketmaster's website, it's just like a hotel or an airplane ticket. Okay, well, it's not. It's not,
because
those things are more necessities in life. Ticketmaster for most people, most of the time. 100%. There's going to be a point in your life where you're going to need to get a plane or get a hotel or something like that. There's never a point in life where you have to go see somebody in concert.
That's true.
You maybe
but I would also flip that. That's true. But I flip it on the other side there. That comparison's bunk, because if a hotel can, obviously hotels do that, right? You have the ability to go to other hotels and get equal, whatever, equal shit, 100%. Maybe. Who knows, right? Whatever. But I'm never, so the reason why your leverage of this play is the fact that, all right, you can't go down the street and see fucking Bruce Springsteen, another Bruce Springsteen for cheaper. So we have you where we want you. You want to go see Bruce Springsteen? You can't go see him anywhere else because we're going to charge even more money in California. You want to go in LA? You got to refinance your house, homie. What are you talking about? Like, they have you. That's their leverage. And it's a bad comparison. You're fucking stupid.
People are paying it. So like,
that's the problem.
Yeah, they're just going to keep doing it. If the shit hit the fan and people stop going, and like, then it would stop. Unfortunately, it's not going to stop because people are just going to keep paying it. Nobody thinks twice about it. And I know this is whatever, woe is us or whatever it be. Dude, I can't afford to spend, like, Maiden's going to do this. They're 100%, they will play this same venue and they will 100% do this just because it's a Ticketmaster thing. I'm not even really blaming the artists per se. The artists like that, like Bruce Springsteen, Blink, Iron Maiden, they could certainly tell
no,
lock themselves, but they're not. So I do blame the artists, but I don't at the same time. So I'm just resigned to the fact that I'm probably never seeing bands of a certain level ever again, and that just is what it is.
I hate the fact that. Okay, so we've talked about this before. Me and you have done this topic recently into ourselves a trillion times, whatever, right? But if your whole fucking concern's Bruce Springsteen, my buddy Bruce, your fucking concern is the scalpers. That's your concern, okay? You can nip those in the bud, mostly, not all, mostly, by doing verification check on IDs. And you're going to fuck people. So verification check is you buy tickets, your name is on the ticket, your name on the ticket must match your name on the ID. So it's you and your buddy, or you and your family. You're the head person, you go in. So you could possibly, I guess, as the head person of that group, still sell your extra ticket. They can go in with you and stuff, but now you're sitting with the guy you sold a ticket to, I guess, like directly. And that kind of maybe that's weird. I'm not sure, but whatever. But there's ways that.
There's even ways around that. The last time we saw Maiden, they did that, but they only did it for the floor seats.
That's just actually a pretty good deal. Yeah, 100%.
This is fucking.
If your whole thing is like you hate the fact that scalpers have done that to you for so many years, do the ID check, and then here's the thing: like the money, they're not going to make the money. You're making all of the consumer money now, all of it. You're making 100% of my money is going to you. It's not going to anybody else, I guess the ticket agency or whatever the fucking event, whatever, all that stuff. But it's going to you. It's not going to end. There's no intermediary here taking it besides you. The problem with it is, Bruce, is the fact that you opted into this. You're not making up for COVID money. You're not making up for COVID touring money. No one in the band is. You're making the money. You're going to make all the money you were ever going to make before and then some, because the last two tours that I've paid for, you've made $500 million almost on both of them individually by themselves. So what really irks me is the fact that anybody, not even just Bruce, anybody of that level, you don't need that much more, brother. I'm not trying to, redistribute the wealth here or anything like that, but to your fans, man, like, you made literally $500 million last tour. You're going to do it again this tour. You're going to do it again. You're going to make $500 million again. But with this pricing structure, you're making so much more. So much more. How much is enough? You just sold your catalog for $700 million. You've been making hundreds of millions of dollars for the last 4 decades. I don't know what we're talking about. There's just greed.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It is 100% greed. That's what it is. So it's not you paying the artists for their worth and this and that, whatever. Yes, the tickets have never, for certain artists at least, they have never actually charged what that ticket is worth. Okay? I understand that. I get that even in years past, scalpers have been able to sell certain tickets, certain bands, Bruce and otherwise, for thousands of dollars. Absolutely fucking true, okay? But the shitty seats on the back of the fucking arena or anywhere else you don't really want to sit, those are being scalped now. Not the front row. That's not what's happening. You're scalping, in essence, with this program, every fucking ticket. The worst fucking ticket in the building is also going up. It's not fucking $55 or whatever price structure it was for the last 10 goddamn years. It is now, you just read it, the top at the back of the stadium, or excuse me, behind the at the top of the stadium or arena, behind the stage. Yeah. It's going to be $100. It's $100 with fees.
Yeah. There was some in there for 150. Yeah.
150.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't you know, it's everybody. This will just be what anybody to a certain level. This is just how it's going to be now forever. You know, and I'm not a big government fan, but unless Congress like actually steps in and does something about Ticketmaster and something, like this is just how it's going to be, because as long as people still pay it and don't think about these platinum tickets, which is fucking horseshit. The platinum tickets are horseshit. If you want to charge fucking $1,000 for a pit ticket, then just fucking charge $1,000. And if you want to prevent scalping because all these artists are for the fans, then fucking do what you did 5, 6, 7 years ago with the verified IDs. It's not hard. Yeah, exactly. Then they can't magically, fucking raise the ticket 200% overnight.
Yeah.
And we will also never truly know the demand. Obviously, I understand that Bruce Springsteen has demand, but they could literally have sold none of those tickets and we would never know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the problem with it is the fact that a lot of those platinum, or all of them, a lot of them, I don't know the numbers here, but the fact they're able to rebuy their own tickets, to sell and scalp their own tickets instantaneously, the artist and the ticketing agency, they can literally resell and scalp their own fucking tickets instantaneously. And they can buy them at cost or buy them whatever they want to charge them at, and then instantly flip them back on the market and then charge more for that. And they were doing it on their own sites, and they were doing it on the other sites too. They were selling their own goddamn tickets. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. I can't understand the level of fucking greed that someone has to fucking go to at this point after making so much fucking money that you needed to go ahead and add on some more M's. It doesn't make any sense to me. Again, I don't want the government and everything. I don't know what you're doing, but maybe you shouldn't have fucking approved the ticketing agencies to fucking do what they're doing and fucking merge. And then you also shouldn't probably approve fucking Live Nation buying up every fucking venue in the fucking world. You're fucking insane here. We're all getting fucked. And the problem with it is, like you said, people are going to pay it. We're being fucking hurt by the idiots or the fucking rich weirdos that don't give a fuck about anything. And the fucking idiots are like, well, Iron Maiden, it's $700 to go for the fucking lawn ticket. I'm never going to see Maiden again. I'm going to fucking pay it. And there's enough of those motherfuckers in every fucking state, every fucking market, that it's never going to fucking hurt those people. It's bullshit.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's never going to hurt those people. The people that have those funds to pay, and that's fine. Whatever you spend your money on, and whatever you want to spend it on, I'm never going to tell anybody they can't. But, and again, I'm not even really asking the governments if the artists would just say, "Hey, we don't want to do this," it would stop. So, that's all it takes, or people need to stop buying. So. Anyways, Guns N' Roses going on tour. So that is very cool. Tickets aren't as bad locally. And they're not as bad as Bruce. They're not as bad as Bruce right now just because they're playing a stadium. If they were playing an arena, they would be just as bad. So 100%. That's the only reason I'm even thinking about potentially doing it.
So. But and as we talked before, and again, it's anecdotal to us because of our certain situation or some shit. But it got even tougher. We bought Metallica tickets. We were $360 out the door for general admission floor for two nights in a stadium with a $1 trillion setup and production and pyro and everything else. We're $360 out the door.
We just got saved because of SeatGeek, and I truly believe that because SeatGeek didn't have that platinum. They've got resale tickets on there now, but they didn't have the platinum shit going on. So like I just saw the price, that's what it was, and then it was just like, yep, okay. And then the next day when we bought the tickets, they were the same fucking price.
Yep.
What a goddamn concept.